What happens when a company pays attention to customer feedback, actually makes improvements, and turns around and gives you exactly what you asked for? You get a product like the Lian Li O11 Vision Compact. This is my current PC. It has an NVIDIA RTX 4090 and an AMD Ryzen 7800X 3D. The motherboard is coming from ASUS. It's the ROG Strix X870E-E gaming Wi-Fi, and all the other components are from Corsair, from the AIO to the DDR5 memory and all of the fans that you're currently looking at. But the PC case itself is coming directly from Lian Li. Last year, they released the O11 Vision, which a lot of people were a little bit torn on because from one perspective, the case looked phenomenal with the extra tempered glass up top. However, from the other perspective, it actually introduced quite a few problems. But Lian Li listened to all of those problems and said, you know what? We're going to take this case and we're going to implement all the feedback that we're seeing online and we're going to make it even better. And that's exactly what they did. First of all, the O11 Vision is a beautiful case. However, after purchasing it myself, it was actually a little bit larger than I expected it to be. Now, during the build process, I did appreciate the size of the O11 Vision because it made it easier to build in the case and it allowed for me to have a removable motherboard tray, which was pretty cool. However, after the build was complete, I felt like there was a lot of empty space inside of the case, and frankly, I felt like it took up a little bit more space on my desk than what I was initially expecting. The second problem with the O11 Vision is a simple fact that it locks you in to a limited set of cooling options. You cannot put a radiator up top for exhaust. You cannot put any additional fans up top for exhaust. And finally, the O11 Vision is a showpiece case, which means everything is on display. And I mean everything. So your cable management has got to be on point. And for me, that caused a few issues, and we're going to talk about that here in just a moment. But Lian Li paid attention. They looked online, they listened to all of the feedback, and they decided to address every one of these issues, effectively making a better case overall. And they lowered the launch price of the case, also saving you money. So in the end, they're giving you a better case for a cheaper price. And I could not believe that I was seeing that. By the way, if this sounds like a sponsored segment, it's not. This video is not sponsored by Lian Li. I do have to say thank you to Lian Li and Block Soda for sending this case out to me for review. However, all thoughts and opinions are my own. I did go to Micro Center and I did purchase the first O11 Vision with my own money, and I did build in it, and I did enjoy the case overall. But every problem that I just described was in fact a legitimate problem that not only I was experiencing, but I saw other people talk about online from different subreddits to comments on YouTube. Now, with that being said, when I heard Lian Li was releasing the O11 Vision Compact, I just had to get my hands on it. And as luck would have it, around that time, I got in contact with Lian Li and they agreed to send this out to me for review. So I really do appreciate that. Now, let's talk about all the additional benefits here. The O11 Vision had a US MSRP of $130 to $140 depending on the color. And the O11 Vision Compact has a US MSRP of $120 to about $130 also depending on the color. So all in all, you're saving anywhere between $10 to $20 depending on how you look at it. Next up, the O11 Vision Compact comes in two colors. You can get it in black or white. And if we consider the name compact, well, just how compact is it? On Lian Li's website, we can see these two cases side by side, the O11 Vision versus the O11 Vision Compact. The O11 Vision has a total volume of 67.8 liters, whereas the O11 Vision Compact has a total volume of 57.4 liters, therefore leading into a 10.4 liter reduction in overall size. I was also able to briefly put both cases on my desk side by side, and as you can see, the O11 Vision Compact is noticeably smaller when compared to the O11 Vision. Okay, so we know the case is smaller and we know it's cheaper. What's the trade-off? What's the catch? Well, the main trade-off here is that when compared to the O11 Vision, the O11 Vision Compact no longer offers a removable motherboard tray. So you can't adjust the motherboard up and down for a high mode and a low mode. You can't take the motherboard tray out. It is just a standard one setting mode. But the way that it is set up is that it still gives you access to fit all the same size components. I can still fit my same ATX motherboard. I can still fit my 3 fans on the bottom. I can still fit the same RTX 4090 I was using in the O11 Vision. I can still fit the same 360mm AIO on the side, and I still have access to 2 120mm fans on the back for exhaust. That's pretty awesome. I think that's a pretty fair trade-off in the grand scheme of things. I mean, the O11 Vision has got to have at least one benefit over this thing, right? If you really care about being able to adjust your motherboard up and down, or completely having a detachable or removable motherboard tray, then the O11 Vision may be for you. But in this case, I do think that trade-off is definitely definitely worth it. Let's talk about that 360mm AIO on the side. Now you can actually run the tube through the back of this case and it comes out over the top of the motherboard. This now gives you a clean look when it comes to AIO tube routing. A lot of people are now using AIOs simply because it gives you the benefit of liquid cooling without the cost or the complexity of a custom loop. But the problem is that many times AIOs can look a little bit tacky because you have this long tube running and you don't really know how to use it or where to put it. And that was honestly one of my biggest complaints about the O11 Vision, was the fact that you could only put the 360mm AIO on the side. Technically you can mount it on the bottom, but I would never recommend doing that. So realistically speaking, you're going to put it on the side right there. And when you do that, you're going to have that tube running across, and it's not the worst thing in the world, but I will say the O11 Vision Compact definitely made an improvement here by allowing you to run that tube through the back of the case to minimize how much of it you actually have to see. I love it. It's a much cleaner look. But the added benefit of this new AIO tube routing doesn't stop there. Let me elaborate. Now the AIO that I'm currently using is the Corsair IQ Link H150i LCD that comes with a QX120 RGB fans. Now here's the problem with this Corsair AIO. Even though it is using the proprietary IQ Link system that supposedly minimizes the amount of connections and cables you have to use, there's still a pretty good amount of cables and connections you have to use in order to make everything work. This Corsair AIO has a hub built into the radiator that you cannot remove, and that hub requires you to plug in several connections. And all of that was on full display in the O11 Vision. And at that point, I didn't really have a lot of options with the O11 Vision because I couldn't mount the AIO up top and I couldn't run the tube through the back, therefore turning around the AIO to minimize what was on display, because again, that was not supported in the O11 Vision. Then came along the O11 Vision Compact, which gives me both of those as options. And so now what I've chosen to do with the O11 Vision Compact is to still have that Corsair AIO on the side, but now I'm running the tube through the back. And when I run the tube through the back, it forces that hub to also face towards the back. It is not on display and you cannot see it in the front, therefore making for a much better look overall. And if I decided that I wanted to mount it up top, well, guess what? Now I can. And this leads me into the other benefit of the O11 Vision Compact. It has the ability to switch out the tempered glass with that mesh panel. You can mount the radiator up top, you can put the fans up top, the choice is yours. And now with the O11 Vision Compact, you do have the best of both worlds. If you prefer aesthetics, you can maintain the existing configuration from the O11 Vision, but now it will be a cleaner look overall thanks to the added AIO tube routing in the back. Or if you prefer cooling performance, you can use the mesh panel that comes pre-installed out of the box with the O11 Vision Compact, and now you can have the additional cooling performance because, you know, heat rises to the top, therefore allowing for better thermals overall. Now, when you first buy the O11 Vision Compact and take it out the box, it will have the mesh panel pre-installed for you with a support bracket. So if you prefer for the tempered glass to be up top, that is something you will have to install. So you will have to remove the mesh panel and the support bracket in order to install the tempered glass up top. And as for me, that's what I chose to do. I do think the aesthetic option here definitely looks awesome. And the overall thermal performance here, in my opinion, is still more than acceptable. Of course, it's going to come down to the components that you're using. For me, for example, I have the NVIDIA RTX 4090, which comes with a beefy cooler, a 3-fan design, and so the temperatures on that are totally fine. And I'm currently using the AMD Ryzen 7800X3D, which is a very efficient chip, and it doesn't really run all that hot. But here are some gaming benchmarks to show you more what I'm talking about. So this is Call of Duty Black Ops 6 running at native 4K on ultra settings. And as you can see, the GPU and the CPU are hovering around 62 and 63C respectively. And overall, in my opinion, I think that is more than acceptable from a gaming standpoint. Obviously, the idle temperatures on the desktop are going to be even lower than that. And whenever I'm editing in DaVinci Resolve, the temperatures are also more than acceptable. And all of those numbers are on the screen for you right now for your reference. Now, speaking of cooling, let me break down the fan and radiator support. So the O11 Vision Compact can support 3 120mm fans on the bottom and a 360mm radiator on the bottom. On the right side, it can also support 3 120mm fans as well as a 360mm radiator. For the rear exhaust, it supports up to 2 120mm fans. And if you choose to use the mesh panel option up top, you can have a 360mm radiator with 3 120mm 180mm fans, or a 280mm radiator with two 140mm fans. Now, Lian Li has also done us all a favor by taking the liberty of providing the recommended airflow setup for both the Vision mode and the Mesh mode on their website. So if you choose to use the Vision mode, you should have intake coming in from the bottom and the right side, with the exhaust being on the rear. And if you choose to use the Mesh mode, then you would also want intake on the bottom and the right side, with exhaust on the rear and up top. And the maximum height for a CPU cooler is up to 164mm. So from a cooling configuration standpoint, you definitely have all the options available with this case. And part of that is thanks to being in collaboration with PCMR. Once again, Lian Li has partnered with PCMR, or PC Master Race, to do a collaboration on this case. And so you do have that logo in the back like we've seen before on other O11 cases. This means that you are getting more freedom of choice, more customization options. And we definitely see that here with all the different airflow configurations. And now that is something I'm sure we are all happy to see. More options is always a good thing, right? Now let me quickly talk about the other features with the O11 Vision Compact. Now the back panel quickly comes off. You don't have to unscrew anything. You just lightly pull on it and it comes right off, and then it is very easy to go right back on. It also has two sections for mesh, which allows for extra airflow and breathability for the case. So that is something I like to see. Now, the other thing that I really like about the back panel is the fact that the entire panel is not mesh. There is a section in the middle that is solid, and I like this because it gives me the opportunity to take the cosmetics to the next level and put some type of artwork here, or something like this, which is a Dark Magician from Yu-Gi-Oh, which my wife made for me. I slapped a magnet on the back of it, attached it to the case, and now that is definitely something that is different and unique for me and my custom build setup. And so that is something I really like here. Additionally, the power supply unit does have a shroud on the back that is removable. The PSU mounting bracket is carried over from the O11 Vision design, and it protrudes out the back of the case by about 15mm. And Lian Li did this to allow for extra space for cable management. The radiator support on the side of the case is also modular because you can take it out of the case and install the radiator to it outside the case and then place it back inside if you want. You can also adjust the AIO to be closer into the case or further back depending on the size of your GPU. I actually was able to take advantage of this to do a push-pull configuration so that I'm maximizing the amount of airflow I'm getting into the case in Vision mode. Now, all the tempered glass is removable, so the front side, the top, and the very front of the case where you have the power button and the IO and all of that. Every single one of these glass panels can be removed. However, I'm going to be honest with you, I do not recommend taking out the front glass panel. It is a royal pain to remove the front glass panel. There are many screws holding that thing in, and you have to take off that front IO section where the power button is to even get to a lot of these screws. So look, in short, can you remove it? Yes. You don't need to though. You can absolutely build in this case and not be hindered by leaving that front glass panel in. I chose to remove the front glass panel. I definitely regret it because I wasted a lot of time just taking it out and putting it back in. So I don't recommend doing that. Something else this case supports is that it does have a built-in anti-sag GPU bracket, and that is something I think is super awesome, and I'm happy to see it. More options, always a good thing. Next up, the O11 Vision Compact also supports an IPS display from 5 to 8.8 inches in total size, and Lian Li has even included a cutout in the back of the case next to the 120mm rear exhaust where you can run a USB cable or an HDMI cable or a DisplayPort cable or whatever you need in order to get the display to power on. I love this feature. I haven't had the opportunity to try it out yet because I do not have a secondary LCD IPS display that is compatible with that area, but I'm gonna look at buying one because it will definitely take the aesthetics to the next level. Per usual and typical Lian Li fashion, the cable management here is second to none. You have multiple large grommets in the front of the case to pass through all of your cables. The O11 Vision Compact includes Velcro straps in the back as well as cable holders. In short, you're not gonna have a problem cable managing in the O11 Vision Compact. You're gonna have more than enough room for all of your cables. In the back of the case, you have that door that we all have come to know from this Lian Li O11 design. This door will swing back and forth, and it is completely removable, and it also has support for two 2.5 SSD drives. And right below the power supply, there is a hard drive cage that will support another two 2.5 SSD drives or two 3.5-inch hard drives. And each hard drive cage is independently removable, freeing up space for extra cable management. And on the bottom of the O11 Vision Compact, there is a single dust filter filter that is easily removable. And on the front of the case, you have your power button, you have 2 USB type A ports, 1 USB type C port, and 1 combo headphone mic jack audio port. And finally, I forgot to mention this, but this case does support BTF motherboards. So if you have one of those motherboards that have all the connections on the back of the motherboard, this case will support that. Now, one thing I want to talk about is that I have seen other reviews on this case, and a lot of people say, I don't really understand the mesh panel at the top. The whole reason why you would buy this case is for that all glass look. So that seems like a waste of resources, a waste of time, a waste of money. If you want the mesh up top, just go buy the O11D or something. And personally, I disagree with that take. And the reason why is because, again, freedom of choice. Maybe one day you want that mesh look, and maybe one day you want that tempered glass look. Well, with something like the O11 Vision, you're locked into all glass. And with a case like the O11 Dynamic or the O11 Dynamic Evo, you are locked into that mesh panel up top. And I do understand where some people are coming from. You know, they're saying once you build the PC, you're probably not going to change it. What I can tell you as a creator, I get that itch to be a little bit different and change things up from time to time. And now in 3 months from now, if I decide, you know what, I want a different look, I don't have to go out and buy a whole new case. I can just take off the top tempered glass and put on the mesh panel, and boom, now I have a completely different look. And I know some of you are probably rolling your eyes and you think it's ridiculous, but I do care about aesthetics when it comes to PCs. And I like building PCs that have a theme and a unified look. And as you can see based on my B-roll here, I went with a Dark Magician Yu-Gi-Oh theme. And some of you probably don't know what that is, but if you do know what it is, let me know in the comment section below. And I like to add style and personality to my PC builds. And so switching up the look is something that is very important to me, but maybe it's not to you. Again, let me know in the comment section below what you think about all of this. I really wish Lian Li started with the O11 Vision Compact and we could have just skipped right over the O11 Vision, because at the end of the day, when I really stop and I look at the two cases, I don't really see the reason why somebody would choose the O11 Vision over the O11 Vision Compact. I just don't. And that's it. That's the O11 Vision Compact. Here are my final thoughts. Number one, I understand there are some people who simply do not like that fish tank design or that fish tank look. And if that's you, then this case is obviously not for you and you probably didn't make it this far in the video. However, if you are open to that design, which I am, I love that design personally, I do think this is probably the best case on the market with that look. Again, some things with cases are gonna be subjective, but in my opinion, I love this case. One, I think it looks great. Two, I think it gives you a lot of versatility. And three, I think it is probably about as small as you can go while fitting full-size ATX components. I don't think you could go much smaller than this and still fit all the same components. I mean, you can put a lot of hardware in this case and a lot of big hardware. My 4090 is not small. There's still an ATX motherboard, a 360 radiator. I mean, this case really packs a punch. So I love the fact that it's compact, hence the name. So I give Lian Li a lot of credit for that. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, please do me a favor, hit that like button because it goes a long way in helping me out. If you're new, get subscribed. And until next time, E-Rock out.